share real quick this. It says, the Lord is my sheep. The Lord is my sheep. I'm doing great. So, here's what you should know is by Thursday every week we're tired. I am a sheep. The Lord is my shepherd. If you guys are moving around in the building and you have questions about anything that we're doing or need help finding anything at all, you can always look for somebody in one of these shirts. We'll have them on every Thursday, with a few exceptions that are silly dress-up days, and those are always entertaining as well. We're still easy to identify most of the time. We do operate as a ministry for the AM Church of Christ. We serve kiddos age 1 year through pre-K. So we have 9 classes of kids this year. We have a staff of about 23 people. It's a wonderful group. Our mission really is just to teach the kiddos that come here that they are created by God and they are loved by God. And then we teach them some letters and numbers and stuff too. But that is all secondary to just teaching them that they are His. And they were all made on purpose and for purpose. So that's our mission. We are also a licensed daycare facility by the state of Texas, and with that comes some red tape kind of stuff that we have to be mindful of. We are so blessed to get to share the building with you guys and do all of that. There are a few things you guys can do to help us, though, that make the state happy. So I want to share those with you quickly. The number one thing that you can do is to always wear your name tag. Because you guys are here and you're here every week, you having your name tag on is the way that my staff knows that you're allowed to be in the building. Or if my state inspector shows up, she knows or he knows that you're allowed to be in the building, and I have this whole little plan I can give them that says, yes, these people are allowed to be here, we don't have to have any extra paperwork, and it's all good. So please always wear your name tag. It helps us a great, great deal. The other thing that I always like to remind people of, and I know we kind of have a new setup this year with drop-off and where kids are, but it's just that children that are under the age of 14 cannot move around the building without adult supervision. So that's even just going like around the corner to go to the bathroom downstairs. If they're upstairs, that does not affect us in the state, but when you're downstairs, if they're under 14, they have to have adult supervision. 14 and older can move around on their own, but an adult is defined as 18 and over. So a 15-year-old cannot escort a 12-year-old, if that makes sense. I know that's really detailing, but you will see me often in the halls if there's kids moving around, stopping to ask them how old they are or where their grown-ups are. That is why that is a state law. So if y'all can help us with that, we would appreciate it. The other thing that I would ask is just ask you, pardon my walkie-talkie, is just that you guys pray for us this year. We pray for you guys and for the kids that you have here every year, and I just ask you the same for us. Like I said, we have about 23 people on our staff. That's 23 different families whose mamas, daughters, and sisters give so much of their life to our program. So I ask you to pray for their families, pray for the safety of all of our kids while they're here, and more than anything, let's just join each other in prayer that your kids and our kids, as they leave here, know who they are and whose they are.
Yes.
So, thanks, y'all.
Yes. Thank you so much, everyone.
I'm really on today.
All right, next we're going to hear from our amazing coordinator, Jody Jeffsey.
He knew what it took to get accredited as a early childhood facility or a pre-K. Sarah's asking you to do 3 small, very small things, and I think we can all do those very well. Today I'm going to speak to you as your coordinator about just a few things. One is class safety, and I would like to address that rather early in our schedule than later, and then class giving. One of the things that I feel that we should go over, even though it's our second day of class, which, confession, I thought would go a lot smoother today. And admin team, raise your hand, did it go smoother today? Admin team is a little, I think we feel homeless. I think we feel a little out of sorts. So please just bear with admin team as entering the building, go back to where you were last year. Go back to that children's wing, park over there and enter the building that way. That's the wing you're gonna drop your kids off first. That's where they are. The children are housed all in the children youth wing. So you can park over there, you can enter there, get your kids settled, and then walk this way. No, you won't have a name tag there, and it might be that I might start getting your name tags out and leaving them there to help Sarah out. And I need to wrap my brain around that. And that would probably be a good idea. But if you are moms with children, park back where you were last year. If you didn't come last year, see me. I'll show you a great place to park there. Drop your kids off, and then you walk down a great hall. This year, if you find yourself running late by 10:15, if you've not entered the building, I'm gonna probably tell you the wisest thing to do would be enter the building where the office is, the main office. We are mighty, but we are only a team of 4 for admin, and there are probably 6 doors for us to be watching and trying to cover if you enter the building or try to enter the building after 10:15 if you're running late. Running late is okay, but we want to try to welcome you into the building, and we just can't see all the doors and be in all the places that we need to be. So the best thing you could do is just enter from the front office. They will always let you in. They have a little camera that passes you through. So let's talk about class safety. We will follow all of A&M Church of Christ's safety plans. You will know their safety plans. They have an escape route in every room or building spot in the building. I have to go over this stuff just to keep us all safe. But of course, if you're upstairs, don't use the elevator. Try to use the stairs in an event of an emergency. Those with mobility issues, we will help you to get out safely. Also, to help Sunshine School, on the latch of your door, if there was an intruder in the building, they would just want you to slide the magnet on your door up so that the door truly locked. The door will always lock behind you, but they have a magnet that is over the latch right now, so it opens and shuts without us having to have a key all the time. They would notify us all if something needed to be done. We're in constant communication throughout the day with A&M Church of Christ staff and Sunshine School. Bad weather plans. If we woke up one morning and didn't on a Thursday or knew on Wednesday night that there was 12 inches of snow, and we did not need to come on Thursday. We would be following College Station ISD's inclement weather. So we would watch TV, or you would wait for the chain of command. It would go from area director to service team to leadership. Then you would hear from your core leader via group meet or text or email, or your children's leader would notify you about your children's class. In 10 years that I've been here, I know that's not that long, but we've only canceled class for one time, and that's been President George Bush's funeral, just because of logistics trying to get here and out of reverence. So that's something that we always do. Also, we would make alternate plans if the building had some plan that they needed to move us, just because we, out of respect for A&M Church of Christ, because we are their guests in their home, we would make an alternate plan if they had a large funeral or something that we needed to make alternate plans for. Just know that if something was to happen, tornado or bad weather while we were here, core groups and ladies would stay together, and we would shelter in place together, and next gen teachers would take care of children, and they would shelter together. It would make mass confusion run and try to get the kids, and it would just cause more harm than good if we tried to run and make more emergencies across the building. But your teachers are trained for what they need to do at that end of the building. Incident reports. Incident reports are a part of my coordinator binder. If something were to happen, and this is more likely for me or maybe my mom, but if we stubbed our toe, or I almost fell this morning because of these fancy new shoes, but I caught it in the hall as I was walking past. But if you stubbed your toe, like you were getting on and off the elevator, or I fell down the steps or something, and there was a need for an incident report, we need to report it just because it's the right thing to do. If your child was on the playground and he picked up a rock and it fell on his toe and it smashed, and his little toenail was, got a little squishy and bloody, we would file an incident report because it needs to be reported. It just shows that there was something that happened on CBS's day, happened at this church, you were aware, the teacher was aware, the church was aware, and then if something needed later on to take place, we would have a paper trail of that. The church has insurance, CBS has insurance, everything is fine, but it starts with the paper trail of the incident report. Also, that's why on the back of your name tag, you have written your person that you would call in an emergency. I get migraine headaches, and so I would write on the back of my name tag who I would want to call if I just fell out with a migraine and I couldn't drive home because I couldn't see. Well, I would not write my husband, I would write my mom, because she's here, and she would be the one, not because my husband wouldn't take care of me, because he's 45 minutes away, and we would have to drive here, and then we would have to drive back. My mom would be the one I would want you to call, because she's right here, she can take care of me. So be thinking of who you want as your emergency contact. If something happened here at CBS where you needed to get home a different way, or I needed to call and ask about medical history, do you have a bleeding disease, or what hospital do I need to get you at because you stubbed your toe, or all of those things. Okay. If you have any questions about emergencies or how we're going to handle class safety, come see me. Class giving, I have 5 minutes. Thank you so much for your generous giving. You give kindly, you give generously, and we appreciate it. The biggest cost of our CBS class is our children's program. And a lot of you could not come or would not be able to be here and enjoy the precious time of being a mom in a core group if you weren't able to leave your children in the very rich children's program that we have. And I am so thankful for that for you. It's one of the largest children's programs I know in our area, in the south part of Texas. It's a huge program. We're at 120 kids. It's very rich. Our children's teachers, our next gen teachers, spend countless hours preparing for your children, and they love on them, and they speak truth to them, and we're so excited about that. You can give 3 ways, and one is in your envelope. You can put cash, you can put a check in there, or on the back of your envelope, you'll see a QR code. If you need to borrow this envelope for longer to access the QR code, you can. Just come see me or anybody on the admin team. What this QR code does is it allows you to go in and make a donation electronically, so that maybe you want to set it up as kind of a order once a week. I don't know. If you wanted to give up coffee, your fancy Starbucks drink once a week or once a month, and you wanted to give that $7 to your local CVS classes you're offering, you could do it on this QR code, but this allows it to be pulled out of your bank account, your checking account, however, or on a credit card if you don't carry cash or that ancient checkbook that nobody seems to have anymore. You can do it this way. If it's overwhelming to you, to make sure that you select our class so that it goes to us, you can, again, see anybody on admin and we can walk you through that process. I wanted to let you know our treasurer is Kate Wilkerson. She's not in this room right now because she's also a children's teacher. She does double duty. We are so thankful for that. Over the summer, we went through a huge treasury change. Not necessarily with Kate, but all classes went through this. Corporate CVS decided to take away all of our local bank accounts. So we had to close out all of our bank accounts. This was a good change so that we could streamline the way accounting was done. And so we now have some streamlined ways that we do accounting.